Most men live in quiet desperation in their relationships, afraid to rock the boat, afraid to lose her, afraid to be alone again. But here's what they never realize. The moment you fear losing her, she starts losing respect for you. Women don't want to admit it, but they crave the presence of a man who is not afraid to walk away. A man who has options. A man who knows his value and never negotiates it for love. The truth is, most women never truly fear losing their man, because he's always available, always chasing, always bending. You might think that's love, but to her, it's weakness. Deep down, she doesn't want to lead the dance. She wants to be led by a man she's slightly unsure about. Not because he mistreats her, but because his world doesn't revolve around her. Think about the men you've seen women obsess over. It's not always the best-looking, richest, or smartest guy. It's the one who knows who he is. The one who doesn't fold. The one who could walk away and actually mean it. That's the man she fears losing. This video is not about playing games. It's about becoming the man she can't afford to lose. Not through manipulation, but by building a mindset and lifestyle that makes you the prize. That makes her step up or step aside. In the next 7 sections, we're going deep. I'll give you hard truths, real-world examples, and a new way of thinking that will change the way you handle women forever. You don't need more dating tips. You need power, clarity, and presence. And when you master those, she'll know she could lose you any moment, and that fear will keep her chasing. Before we start the video, I want to remind you that my exclusive online course on mastering the dating game is available now. If you've been learning from my YouTube videos, you're only scratching the surface. This course goes deeper, teaching you everything you need to know about the dating game, from approaching a woman to building real attraction. We just finished section 5 in the course, and you won't find this information on videos on my channel. It's easy to access with a secure payment option. Visit stoicapproachtolife.podia.com or click the link in the description to enroll now and improve your dating life. 1. Be willing to walk away. Nothing shakes a woman more than knowing you're not afraid to walk away. That doesn't mean threatening her or using ultimatums. It means living in a way where your happiness, peace, and direction are never dependent on her behavior. Most men crumble at the first sign of conflict. They apologize when they didn't do anything wrong. They beg for her back when she pulls away. They trade their backbone for a smile. But a woman can feel when you don't need her to be okay. And that's when she starts fearing what life would look like without you in it. A woman tests you because she needs to know if you're the kind of man who can stand firm. The kind of man who won't panic when she withdraws or tries to create emotional chaos. The more you chase, the more she pulls. The more you stand still, calm, and focused on your purpose, the more she's drawn in. Most men think love means holding on tighter. In reality, the strongest grip is letting go when something disrespects your worth. That makes a woman stop and ask herself, did I just lose a real one? Look at the way athletes like Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant carried themselves. They never begged to be accepted. You either rose to their level or you got left behind. That mindset wasn't arrogance, it was clarity. They knew what they brought to the table, and they weren't going to shrink themselves for anyone. A woman is drawn to that same type of clarity. When she knows you'll move forward with or without her, she stops taking your presence for granted. Every man has been in a situation where he thought if he didn't fight for her, she'd leave. But what really happens is this. When you stop fighting and you just start living, she sees a man she doesn't want to lose. Women don't fear the man who needs them. They fear the man who respects himself more than he needs her attention. When she senses that, her behavior shifts. She starts giving more, investing more, showing up fully, because she knows you won't hesitate to move on if she doesn't. This isn't about playing cold, it's about standing tall. When you walk into a room with quiet confidence, when you set your standards and stick to them, when you're ready to leave a woman who doesn't match your energy, that's when you become unforgettable. That's when she starts fearing that another woman will take the place she didn't value. Being willing to walk away is not about being heartless. It's about being rooted in your identity. If you lose yourself to keep her, she's already gone. But if you keep yourself and let her choose to stay or go, now she has something to lose. And that changes everything. 2, build a life she wants to be part of. A man becomes irreplaceable not because of how much he loves a woman, but because of the life he's built without her. Most men get this backward. They try to win her over by pouring into her, centering their world around her, making her feel like she's the reason he wakes up in the morning. It feels romantic at first, but it slowly kills the attraction. A woman doesn't want to be your whole life. She wants to be a part of a powerful life already in motion. When your time is filled with meaningful goals, purpose, and passions, you stop being the guy who's always available. And here's the truth. Scarcity creates value. If she knows she can reach you anytime, if she knows you're always one text away from dropping everything, she doesn't feel urgency. But when your life is moving, when you're building something that matters, working out, pursuing mastery, improving financially, mentally, and spiritually, she starts to realize she's not the only thing on your mind. That stirs something deep inside her. Women are drawn to momentum. They want to feel like they're catching a moving train, not dragging a man toward his destiny. Remember Tony Stark from the Marvel Universe. Before Pepper Potts ever became the love of his life, he was already building empires, creating tech that changed the world. He wasn't waiting for a woman to give him a sense of purpose. His life had purpose. His presence had weight. That's what pulled her in. She didn't save him. He gave her the opportunity to join him in a life worth living. That dynamic never changed, even when their love deepened. Now look at your own life. Does it move without her? Would your world still feel full if she disappeared tomorrow? Most men don't have good answers to that, and that's the problem. You can't fake this. Women can tell when your time is empty, your goals are vague, and your days are built around their attention. That doesn't make her scared to lose you. It makes her feel like she already owns you. Build a life that excites you. Not to impress her, not to post online, but because you're hungry for more out of life. Learn new skills, travel, invest in your health. Build something with your hands. Lead your circle. Whatever it is, let it come from you. That way, when she looks at you, she sees a man who doesn't just exist. He moves. And if she stops matching your pace, she knows you'll keep going without her. That's when the fear sets in. That's when she starts asking herself if another woman will appreciate the world you've built more than she does. And that fear makes her invest, because she knows she's not the center, you are, and that's exactly how it should be. That's exactly. 3. Stop explaining yourself. A woman loses respect for a man the moment he starts trying too hard to justify who he is. When you find yourself over-explaining your actions, your standards, your tone, your choices, it's not just unattractive, it's weak. And weakness, in a woman's eyes, isn't just a turn-off, it's forgettable. The men women remember are the ones who moved with quiet certainty. They didn't need approval, they didn't seek validation, and they never begged to be understood. When you constantly explain yourself, you're putting her in the role of judge. You're saying, please see where I'm coming from, please approve of how I'm living. Whether you realize it or not, that puts her above you. And once that happens, she stops fearing the loss of your presence, because deep down, she feels like you need her more than she needs you. And no woman is scared to lose a man who puts her on a pedestal and himself on trial. Let's get real. Some of the most powerful men in movies never say much. Think about Clint Eastwood in his Western roles, or Ryan Gosling's character in Drive. They barely talk, but when they do, every word lands. Why? Because they aren't trying to explain themselves. They know who they are. And that quiet assurance hits harder than any long-winded speech ever could. You don't need to prove anything when your presence speaks for itself. The more you explain, the more you chip away at your masculine edge. I didn't mean it like that. I just wanted you to know. I was going to call, but... These sound innocent, even kind. But to her, it sounds like backpedaling. It sounds like uncertainty. And nothing makes a woman more comfortable than a man who is always trying to make her comfortable. The moment she knows you'll bend yourself just to stay on her good side is the moment she realizes she doesn't have to try as hard to keep yours. Instead, operate from a place of direction. If you make a decision, stand on it. If you say something, own it. If she misunderstands you, that's fine. Let her come to you when she's ready to ask, not when you're desperate to clarify. There's power in silence. There's strength in not needing to fix every emotional ripple she throws your way. This doesn't mean you become cold or dismissive. It means you carry a presence that says, I'm not here to prove myself. I'm here to live how I was built to live. When a woman sees that, when she realizes you don't seek her approval to breathe, she starts watching you differently. She starts valuing your presence more. Why? Because it's rare. And anything rare is felt deeply when it's gone. So, stop explaining. Say what you mean what you say, and let her feel the quiet confidence of a man who doesn't answer to anyone but his own standards. 4. Control your emotions, master your reactions. A woman will test you, not always consciously, but emotionally, behaviorally, and sometimes even spiritually. She will push to see where your breaking point is. Why? Because deep down, she needs to know if you're solid, if you're the man who stays grounded when the world shakes. And the moment you start reacting emotionally, raising your voice, sulking, chasing, or pleading, you tell her exactly what she feared, that your emotions control you more than you control them. Women are emotional creatures. That's not a weakness, it's part of their design, but they're not looking for another emotional storm. They're looking for a shelter from their own. When she comes with her fire, her moods, her passive aggressiveness, her silence, she's not always looking to provoke you. Often she's just trying to feel if you're stable enough to hold space for her chaos without becoming chaotic yourself. Most men fail this test. They react, they try to fix her, calm her, or worse. They spiral with her. Let's make it plain. If you lose your cool every time she gets distant, emotional, cold, or dramatic, you are not leading. You are following her emotional lead. And the man who follows a woman's emotional lead will never be the man she fears losing. She doesn't want to lose the man who can stay calm while she storms. She wants to keep the man who keeps his tone low, his decisions clear, and his energy grounded, no matter what mood she's in. Think of great athletes, like Tom Brady in a collapsing pocket, or Kobe Bryant with seconds on the clock. Chaos around them never meant chaos within them. They were ice, calm, sharp, because they knew emotions don't win championships. Precision and composure do. That same energy applies to relationships. A woman is not testing your knowledge, she's testing your composure. Can you be the eye of the storm when she becomes the storm itself? This doesn't mean you suppress everything. It means you discipline what you express. You don't yell to be heard. You don't cry for pity. You don't text 10 times because she didn't respond. You give space. You stay cool. You let her feel the weight of your silence when she expects your panic. That contrast hits hard. It tells her she's not dealing with a boy seeking attention. She's dealing with a man who has peace that isn't up for negotiation. And here's the deeper truth. When you master your reactions, you give her something no one else can, security, not through sweet words or promises, but through consistent emotional leadership. She doesn't fear losing the man who gets angry when she pulls back. She fears losing the man who stays calm, lets her come to her senses, and keeps his world moving with or without her emotional permission. That kind of man isn't just wanted, he's rare, and a woman will hold tight to what's rare. 5. Make her earn your time. The average man gives his time away like it's nothing. He texts back immediately, answers every call, rearranges his plans the moment she shows interest. In his mind, this shows love, loyalty, consistency. But from her perspective, it says something else entirely. It says, you don't value yourself. And if you don't value your time, she won't either. That's when you become predictable, easy, replaceable. If a woman doesn't have to earn your presence, your time, your attention, then where is the challenge? Where is the thrill? Attraction is never born out of availability. It's born out of the feeling that you've captured something exclusive. When a woman feels like you'd drop everything just to be near her, She knows she doesn't have to do much to keep you. That's not how you build value. That's how you build comfort. And comfort never makes a woman fear losing you. It makes her sure you'll always be there, no matter how she acts. When your time is guarded, when your attention is not free, when she has to rise to a certain level to even be part of your day, that's when she starts viewing you differently. You're not just a man, you're a standard, a reward, a space that she wants to be invited into, and that invitation only comes when she's showing you effort, respect, softness, and presence. Let's use a movie example. Think of The Dark Knight. Bruce Wayne was never easily accessible. He didn't beg for time with Rachel. He wasn't lingering outside her door with flowers. He had missions, responsibilities, a deeper purpose that consumed his days. And even when he wanted her, he made it clear his time had weight. You had to rise to his level to be part of it. That kind of man doesn't chase. He draws people in by being something greater than the chase. Men think withholding time is rude or playing games, but it's not a game when your time is genuinely limited. When you have goals, discipline, structure, and a vision, you don't have hours to waste on meaningless back and forth or attention-hungry behavior. She calls just to talk? Fine. But if she's draining you, pulling you into drama, or giving inconsistency, cut it short. You're not rude, you're focused, and a focused man is attractive. This isn't about being dismissive, it's about filtering. Who gets your time? Who gets to interrupt your flow? Who earns the right to be near you during your best hours? If the answer is any woman who shows me interest, then you've already lost the frame. Your time should feel like a privilege, not a participation trophy. When a woman feels that, truly feels it, she shows up differently. She watches her words more, she brings more peace. She offers more value, because now she has something to lose. And that's what this is all about. Creating a dynamic where she knows your time is sacred, where she's not guaranteed a place in your world, and where her effort becomes the price of admission. 6. Keep mystery alive. A man loses power the moment a woman feels like she has him completely figured out. Not because mystery is some trick or tactic, but because the unknown is magnetic. It keeps people leaning in, wondering, anticipating. When everything about you is on the table too soon, when she knows exactly where you are, what you're doing, how you feel, and what you'll say next, there's no edge left, no fire, and without fire, desire fades. Fast. Most men get into a relationship and slowly start giving away all the mystery. They over-communicate, they overshare, they reveal every vulnerability, every emotion, every movement. They go from being intriguing to predictable. It's like reading a book with the ending already spoiled. You stop turning the pages. Not because the story isn't good, but because the tension is gone. Women are emotional creatures, yes, but they are also intuitive hunters of value. When she senses that you're fully exposed, she may still enjoy your company, but the chase dies, the challenge dies, and when the challenge dies, so does the respect. You don't need to be cold, you need to be layered. She should feel like she knows part of you, but that there's more. That she's earned access to one side, but there are deeper chambers still unexplored. Think of James Bond. Calm, composed, never overly expressive. He doesn't explain his past. He doesn't overshare his plans. He doesn't show his entire hand. And because of that, everyone leans in when he speaks. That silence, that stillness, it's louder than words. He's not playing hard to get. He is hard to get because not everyone gets to know him. And that alone commands attention. Now look at your own life. Do you reveal everything the moment a woman shows interest? Do you pour out your entire story just because she asks? Do you open your emotional vault too early, thinking it will make her feel closer? That's not intimacy. That's insecurity disguised as vulnerability. True intimacy is earned, slowly, piece by piece. When a woman has to work to understand you, when she realizes she doesn't automatically get all of you, that's when she stays locked in. That's when she fears being replaced by someone more curious, more consistent, more deserving. Mystery doesn't mean being distant, it means being deliberate. You don't post everything, you don't explain every move, you don't fill every silence. You let her sit in the unknown sometimes. You let her wonder what's on your mind. You let her feel that quiet edge where comfort ends and curiosity begins. That's what makes you linger in her thoughts when you're not around. The man who reveals everything too soon becomes emotionally cheap. But the man who reveals pieces over time becomes an experience she never fully solves. And women don't leave men who still make their heart race with questions. They don't walk away from a man who feels slightly out of reach because they haven't finished the puzzle. 7. Make her compete for you. There's a certain kind of man who never chases validation, never tries to be chosen, because he is the prize. Not just in words, but in how he lives, how he carries himself, and what he requires from any woman trying to be part of his life. This kind of man naturally creates competition. Not by being flashy or playing games, but by living in a way that makes it clear. Access to him isn't automatic, it's earned. And if she's not bringing real value, someone else will. Women only chase what they feel they could lose to another woman. If you're always available, always forgiving, always trying to keep the peace, even when she disrespects you, she feels secure, yes, but not in a way that fuels attraction. She feels secure in the same way people feel secure about background noise. It's there, it's predictable, it's safe. And no woman fears losing what she believes she already owns. But when she knows other women would kill for a chance to be in your life, when she sees that you move with confidence, that you're respected by others, that you're attractive without being desperate, she feels something shift inside. Now, she starts investing. She starts watching her tone. She starts stepping up. Because no woman wants to be the one who had him and lost him to another woman who recognized his worth better. This doesn't mean you rub other women in her face. That's childish. Real power is subtle. It's in how you talk, how you dress, how you keep your schedule full, how you never let your identity be reduced to one relationship. It's how you flirt effortlessly with the world, not disrespectfully but confidently. She can feel it when you're admired. She can sense it when you walk into a room and other women look twice. And whether she admits it or not, she takes mental notes. She starts to wonder, am I doing enough to keep him? Think of a top-tier athlete, LeBron, Messi, or Federer. These men are in demand. They don't go out begging teams to pick them. Teams make offers, they bring value to the table, and those men decide. That same energy is how you must approach relationships. You're not lucky to have her. You're allowing her to have a place beside you, but only if she earns it every day through respect, effort, and consistency. The second you stop making her compete, you give her the illusion that you'll never leave. And when she believes that, she stops fighting for your attention. She starts getting sloppy. She starts testing. Not because she's evil, but because she's trying to feel your value again. Make her earn it every time, not with games, but with standards. Women don't fear losing the man who gives everything up front. They fear losing the man who knows 10 other women would treat him better if given the chance. And when you carry yourself like that, she'll never feel secure enough to get lazy. She'll stay on her toes where respect and desire live. The moment a woman feels she has you completely, emotionally, mentally, and physically, without effort, she stops valuing you. But when you live with purpose, hold your frame, protect your time, and demand effort, she starts to feel what most men never inspire in a woman: fear of loss. Not because you're playing games, but because your presence is rare. Be the man who could walk away, the man who's in demand, the man who is never fully owned. That's the man she'll chase, invest in, and fight to keep. And that's the man she's terrified of losing. And remember, if you're serious about mastering the dating game, don't miss out on my exclusive online course. We go beyond what's covered in these videos, giving you powerful insights from the first approach to lasting attraction. It's easy to enroll with a secure payment option. Visit stoicapproachtolife.podia.com or simply click the link in the description to secure your spot. Don't wait until it's too late. Take action now and start transforming your dating life today. I want to especially appreciate you for taking your time to watch till the end of this video. I hope the video helps you improve every aspect of your relationship with women. Until next time, this is Stoic Approach to Life.